Now we're going to assemble the x-axis, so we'll import them using the file icon here. So we navigate to the x-axis. The first part of the x-axis is the subassembly, and all the parts are here. So if we hold down the control key, we can select them all. So we don't select the subassembly itself because that's what we're going to make. So it's a sleeper key, low rail, linear mount, and the x-axis rail. And there it is. H key to show them all. Now there is one thing missing, and that is the linear bearing for the rail here. Now the linear bearing is common to all three x-axes, so that is located in the general assembly, and there it is, 20mm linear bearing. So we're going to load that. Also, there it is, linear bearing. Now we have everything we need. I'm going to move them separate from each other. So there's the x-axis sleeper buried in there somewhere. We'll move it out. Sleeper key, that is again buried somewhere. There it is. No rail support. There. Linear mount down here. And the x-axis rail, which is in the wrong orientation, so we'll change that. Move that to 90 degrees. Right now we've got all our parts clearly to be seen. Now that we've got all the parts, we're going to assemble them. First thing we're going to do is put one of these keys into a slot over here. So hover on there, we'll see that it's this sleeper key here in the structure tree. So if we zoom in, the first thing I'm going to do is place the anchor hub on the bottom face. Then we go to the sleeper, choose the up to tool and select this bottom face of the slot. Now I've just clicked, and that will have put the bottom face of the key level with the bottom face of the slot. Now the next thing I can do is drag the hub to the end. Select the blue arrow and the up to tool. Click on here, and that, look, it's shifted it right across. So now we've got the bottom face level with the bottom of the slot, and the end level with the edge of the sleeper. Now all we have to do is place the hub on this face there, select the blue, and up to this face here, and there it is, perfectly fitted into the slot. Now we've got one in while its anchor is on that edge. We can select it, select the up to tool, hold the control key down and select this inside edge, and we get another one fitted into the other slot. The next part of the procedure is to assemble the low rail onto these keys. You see that there's a slot in the underside of the rail which fits exactly over the key. So the first thing we'll do to achieve this is select this low rail which goes over there and drag the hub onto the underface there. Select the blue arrow up to, now that's put the underface there level with that one, that face. Now the next action is going to be to align this end hole with that end hole there. Now we can't really do it very well on the top because of this curve, so I'm going to turn it over, move the hub to that hole there, and it's in the middle. Select the red arrow up to there, and there it is, aligned on the key. And is perfectly in line with the hole. Now that we've got one low rail accurately placed, we can easily make another. So we'll drag this where are we? Right. Now we've put the anchor on the center line of one of the holes. It's inside the low rail, but we can still accurately move it by selecting the green arrow and then up to, hold the control key, select the inside of the hole, and there we are, we've got two rails on. Now we can move the x-axis rail. We've selected the outside surface, so that means we're on the axis, the center line of the rod. We're going to go up to the center line of this curve. So we can select that, and it's nicely on the low rail. Select it again, move it to the end face, blue arrow up to and now we can go up to, hold the control key, this curved face, click. Oh, what happened? Oh, it moved the center to there, so select, whoops, put that on the end, select the blue arrow up to and now we've got those rails and supports added. Now we need 4 more of these plates, X-axis sleepers I call them. So I'm going to add them with the pattern along here. So we'll select that one, sleeper. We'll select create patterns, and up to we put add hub on the center hole there. Select that axis, up to create patterns, that's made another one. We've got a count of 2. We need 5, 5. There we go. Now we need to assemble 4 of these on this plate, on the underside of the plate. I'm going to turn that upside down. This is in the wrong orientation, so I'm going to choose it. I'm going to rotate it 90. And pop that on top of the bearing. Select the blue up to there, so that's put that top level with the underside of the linear mount. Then we'll put the hub into the center of that hole there, corner hole, and up to that's it. Now that we've got one in there with this anchor in the center of that fixing hole, we can duplicate it by going up to control key, select that, and there we've got 2. Then we can do the same thing, select that one, up to, Control key, click. There's another one. Click the green arrow, then up to Control, click. Now I chose the wrong hole to go to, so we'll do that again. This time right. Got an extra one. That one. So I can right click that one and delete it. So there is our linear mount with the 4 linear bearings. The next job is to locate this precisely on the shafts, and if all the measurements are correct, it'll line up perfectly. So we've got to capture the whole thing. We'll go into select S for select, capture it all, there we are. Then we want the move tool, move it, move the hub to the inside of this bore, select the green, and move up to the shaft. Then the red one up to this shaft again, and we should now have this exactly on the shafts. It's not quite all on, so I would capture the whole lot again. Hopefully we won't capture anything we don't need to. It appears we have. So we want the linear mount, and we want the 4 linear bearings. Control K, 1, 2, 3, 4. Now we've got the whole thing captured, 4 linear bearings and the linear mount. There's nothing else in this part. Now we should be able to move it all along, slide it along onto the... There you are. How smooth is that? Itch. There you go, that's the sub-assembly made.